Hello people that in the house doing. Today I was taken and I was sitting down, I was like, I just thought to myself, about something somebody said a few weeks ago to me, that there is so much wrong in this country done to people. And I said I'd talk about it because, I felt like I was thinking about it in my mind. It was like, I might as well talk about it and I might as well express what I'm taking. So basically, this is when I was talking to this person, was about, I was talking about pensioners, I was talking about them and how the government kind of neglects pensioners now by closing their post offices and everything like that. We were talking, that's how it started. And, this person said to me, there's so much wrong in this country. And, this person was right, completely right. And I agree with him. There is so much wrong with this country. And people are being, people being made very little of. Let's be honest with you. People being made little of. And that's what he said. Like, older people generally, too. Like as I was saying with the post office being closed, the government are expecting old people, 80, 90, to go, maybe 6 or 7 kilometres down the road to the nearest post office, and a small pension. And a state pension, like good Jesus Christ. And that's the kind of logic. That's what we were talking about, that brought it all around. And then you think about the homelessness. You think about the amount of children lying in the street that makes me sick to hear that there's so many poor innocent people the poor innocent children have done nothing to anybody and are lying on the streets, are lying in emergency accommodation. And you think to yourself, how many bedrooms in the hours? I think there's nearly 50, 60 or something like that bedrooms in the hours in each one in the person's house. You think maybe if they would put some of them in there. That's what I was thinking to myself one day. There's so much wrong. Like we're supposed to be cherish all the children of the nation equally. That's what it says in the Constitution of Ireland, to cherish all the children of the nation equally. And De Valera said that, obviously, too. But, it's not equal. This is not equal. That's not equal. To keep children on the streets, keep children in emergency accommodation. And, the state, the way I look at it, the vulnerable and the elderly, the people that should be the most top priority of the state. Obviously, children go into that category too. Elderly and children, young people, go into that category. And there's so much wrong being done. Like I can go on. Like I'm just going to talk about health now. Like there's a huge amount of people lying in hospital. There's people who lived in this state all their life. I remember seeing saying, 86-year-old woman had to wait 3 hours to be even seen by a doctor and had to lie in 2 chairs. Had to lie in the chair. She had her back on this chair and she had her feet up in the other chair. And that was not a good way for an 86-year-old woman to lie for 3 hours. And it's just down to it. It's just down to, does this country even have any logic anymore? That's what I'm thinking to myself. Does this country even care or less for people? Like, hearing these stories that people who are here all their life in this state. And then if Michael D. Higgins took a heart attack in 10 minutes, he'd be seen to. There wouldn't be a question. Everybody else would be pushed out of the way. It doesn't make any sense, this state. This doesn't make any sense. And that's what it means. There's so much wrong being done in this world. And then there's somebody who's probably killing people. Like there's probably gangsters in Dublin who get shot, right? Get shot in the head or get shot in the torso or in the leg. And you know what? Top priority. State's top priority. They might have done drugs all their life, but the state's top priority. That's the way the system is working in this country. People who do wrong and people who like that woman, paid her tax to the state all her life, I bet you, and worked all her life for paid tax to the state, done whatever she could for the state. And then the state just pushes her aside and says, no, we don't care about you. We're more worried about these drug dealers. We're more worried about them because they're bribing the gals and they're doing this and they're doing that. And that's what the top priority is, the Irish government. And then they're more worried about the EU and the European Union. Apart from that, they don't care less after that. And there's so much wrong being done. Like, you have to see it to believe it. Like, I couldn't, if I was living I'd take, for example, Belgium, for example. I couldn't believe it. Like, how could anybody believe how bad this country, how bad our own people who are living on this island, are being treated by its own government? Like, it's a joke. Like, it's really just a joke. And they have money to go to New York and St. Patrick's Day. They have money to go and send ministers here, there and everywhere for St. Patrick's Day. But and then they give out, they don't have money to run an air ambulance. You know, when they don't have money to pay the air corps personnel to run the ambulance, to keep the air ambulance going. It's a joke. It's a joke, and you know, then the TDs get €6,000 pay increase, and you're just like, what kind of logic is this? What kind of logic? Like, somebody please explain. And then you have TDs in Dáil not paying the drakes for the drakes and the food and the Dáil. It's just, you know, it's not logic. Then if I didn't do that, if there was a homeless person, I bet you any money, if there was a homeless person went into a restaurant in Dublin and it couldn't afford to pay for his dinner, and a TD went in, right? A TD went in. Say, let's take for example, Owen Murphy, housing minister. I'm not saying he would, but say if he went into some restaurant in Grafton Street or something like that. He went into the restaurant, right? He didn't have the money. He didn't have the money on him to pay. He just made up an excuse, right? He said to them, "I'll pay you later. Don't need to worry about it. Put it on the government tab if you have to." You know, there wouldn't be things said about it. And then as soon as a person goes in that's homeless, who's starving, who's lying out in the street nearly for 2 or 3 months, who's literally on his last leg, you know, they'll probably put him in prison. Because that's how bad this state is. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, the way they're treating people, and I'm with you, I'm starting to, and I can feel the blood boiling in me now. That it, you know, the way they treat people, you know, it's unhuman. It's unhuman. Like, the way they're treating some people, it's unhuman. Like, you know, they're making people. Like, there's people waiting on the housing list, and I talked about the housing list in a while, because there's people waiting on it years. I know one person I was talking to recently is waiting on 7 years. And then apparently when there's immigrants coming in from other countries, they get top priority. And you know, it's not fair. It's not fair. That woman that I was speaking about there is waiting 7 years. And it's not fair that she's been pushed back because of people who were just arriving in Ireland. It's not fair. Like, the person, first come, first serve. And that's as simple as that. She's been there waiting 7 years. Fair enough. Person who comes in from Albania, let's just say Albania. Here 2 minutes, get the house. It doesn't make much sense. And she's probably, you know, working, she's paying her tax to the state, to the local council and everything. It doesn't make any sense. Like, let's be logical here. It doesn't make any sense. If somebody just arrives off a boat and gets a house in 2 minutes, and there's somebody working, you know, 50 years of their life in the state, paying their tax, paying their insurance for their car, you know, keeping up the government. And you know, they're told, you know, you have to wait extra for it because you pay your tax, and somebody who comes into Ireland gets everything straight away. It doesn't make much sense. I understand we have to treat everybody equally, obviously. But, you know, that situation there, you know, there is something wrong with that. Let's be honest. We have to be fierce honest with ourselves. There is something wrong with that. If somebody's waiting 7 years on a council house and doesn't get it, and then somebody who's here 10 minutes, you know, gets it. It doesn't, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, half of this country doesn't make any sense. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and bye.